The iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Pro. They are finally out, which means a lot of people, including myself, are going to be wondering, which one should I get? Because one is humongous, one is very tiny. So I'm going to react to MKBHD's videos on these phones, and we will figure this out together. Whoa, dude, already you can see how tiny that phone is. I mean, I don't know if MKBHD has like huge hands. He probably does. He looks like he has big hands, but
The flagship smartphone in a compact size.
But that phone still looks pretty tiny regardless of how big your hand is. But is the iPhone 12 mini really that small? Or is it just that much bigger than the iPhone 5S and the SE? And we're just used to these kinds of tablet-sized phones. Smaller phone equals smaller battery. That's really true. And I myself do a lot of things on my phone, like watching videos and kind of just scrolling through social media trying to build my brand. So I value a battery. I don't know about you guys, but I value a battery.
So I found battery life on iPhone 12 mini to be subpar, but manageable.
Okay. Subpar but manageable battery life on the iPhone 12 mini. You know, I feel like most people that are going to buy the iPhone 12 are going to probably get the mini because that nostalgia factor, and a lot of people just want a smaller form factor. But the look on his face, subpar but manageable, and then think about subpar but manageable. What does that mean? Kind of just like a standard, right? Like not really good, not terrible. For the iPhone 12 though, I don't know, should that be a bit better? Okay, so you're a regular person, you're going about your regular day, and you can kill the battery easily, apparently, is what he is saying right now. I don't know about 4 hours. I think I might be getting more than 4 hours of on-screen usage with this iPhone XS Max, so I don't know if 4 hours or less than 4 hours on an iPhone 12 mini is really up to standards with me. It might be with you though. What do you think? You know, he has a point. I mean, I said at the beginning of this video that a lot of people are going to be getting this phone not because they want a heavy usage phone or not because they want the best quality stuff in the iPhone, but because they are normal people. They're doing normal things. They just want an iPhone. So if that's you, you might not even care about the extra like 30 minutes to an hour of on-screen usage that you could get from the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And look at that shot. Like, it looks so small compared to the bigger one. Okay, so just looking at this shot, I don't really know if the iPhone 12 mini is really the phone for me already. I'm personally used to a bigger screen. I watch a lot of films and videos and shows on my phone, so I really enjoy having that real estate.
New notch design, it's actually a little more screen real estate than some of the old smaller iPhones like the iPhone SE, which still has the bigger bezels on the forehead and the chin.
And second of all, he's pointing it out. The notch is not so much bigger, but the phone is getting smaller and the notch is staying the same. So basically the notch might look a little bit bigger, but at the same time, like you said, it's iPhone, and will we really even notice the real estate that this notch is taking up on the top of the screen? Even though the 12 Pro Max, you know, same size notch as well, but it's a bigger phone, illusion of a smaller notch. Okay, so the iPhone SE and the iPhone 12 mini right side by side to each other. So basically it's like the older version of the iPhone SE or 5S, but it's better quality overall. Especially with the screen, he said. It is just more crisp and bright in general. So that's always a good thing. I mean, high screen quality is a must for all of us probably. We don't want to be seeing a bunch of pixels everywhere. Thanks, Marcus. We really appreciate you being real like this. Okay, that's interesting. A different size grill for the speakers on each of these phones. But does that really mean that you might listen to music differently, or you might hear the frequency of it differently? I don't know. How often are you just playing music straight out of your phone like this and just listening like that? I might do that with a podcast or with music while I'm cooking, but I'm usually just headphones in as well. Yes, headphones, not AirPods, earphones, the wire. Yeah, I mean, I don't have hyperactive attention to things like this, but I think less sound coming out of smaller speakers, even though he said that it's not going to happen like that, like you really won't even notice a difference. Is that really going to bother me? Probably. I don't know. I just feel like I should... Why am I getting smaller speakers?
But I'm going to say the max volume and sound quality aren't actually noticeably worse, and I still got everything I needed out of the mini speaker.
Then again, the sound frequency doesn't really make a difference, and as he said, if you want to sacrifice just that little bit of bass in your music, maybe the mini's for you. That's cool that the MagSafe fits perfectly like that. They probably plan that out. But I don't know if I'm going to be somebody that actually uses the MagSafe or even the wallets. Like, it's kind of a hassle in my opinion. True, dude. Apple just doesn't care. They're just on brand with Apple. I mean, with the notch, he's saying that a lot of other phone manufacturers and brands are getting rid of that notch, or at least making it smaller, and Apple just doesn't care. They're just like, yeah, we are Apple, we know you're going to buy our products, and we're not going to do this for you. We're going to leave this notch here. Yeah, that might be a downer for me as well. If you're somebody that doesn't really want a lot out of your battery life on your phone, then this might not bother you. But he's saying right now that if you use MagSafe or a regular charger on your iPhone 12 Pro Max or the Mini, the 15 watts that it usually comes with at the start of the charging process, well, you're not going to get that. At the Mini, it maxes out at 12 watts voltage of what it is that you get for recharging capacity. I don't know if the difference of those three will really make a difference, maybe if you're in a hurry. To the average person, probably not. You know what, I noticed that he is wearing red and black, a t-shirt. I'm wearing a red and black t-shirt as well. We are both branded on red and black for our individual channels.
Smaller phone means a more lightweight, more versatile phone that's just overall, it just feels more fun to use for some reason. I don't know why. There is something nice about a compact smartphone that still gives you basically everything you'd want out of it.
I mean, I could see why that is. Using a smaller phone that you're not really used to the small form factor for, and it is a brand new version of the iPhone 12. I almost said 12 Pro, but 12 Mini. If you're used to a really large real estate and you switch to the Mini, you might enjoy the experience of having a smaller phone that still has most of the high quality aspects of the Pro. Because that's basically what their branding pitch is that this Mini is basically the same thing as the 12 Pro Max is, it's just in a smaller form factor. Besides the things that he has talked about so far in this video, like the battery life and the screen. The screen just being that much smaller, right? And the bezel being like that much in your face. Something nice about a compact smartphone that is still fancy because it is Apple and the 12, and this phone looks amazing.
Typing on the smaller display was actually a little bit more difficult for me, not gonna lie. And I just generally prefer the bigger screen for typing.
See, that's what I'm saying. If he's already saying that it's difficult for him to type on this phone, how do we know it won't be difficult for the majority of us to type on the same phone? I don't know how big his hands are again, but if you're the average person, like, will it be hard for you to even use your phone at all? But at the same time, would you want to reach like this much of a length just to get to the top of your phone if you're using the 12 Pro Max, because that phone is basically like a small tablet, like the biggest size viewing area. So if you're really into entertainment and you like watch on the go, not that we can all really go anywhere right now with COVID, but you're probably going to enjoy the 12 Pro Max real estate of the screen. Yeah, especially if you're editing photos, like I am a photographer half the time for my brand, taking pictures of other people. So I personally might be using my phone to edit photos and such. So do I really want the extra real estate to see the pixels and quality of my photos? Hell yeah. Yeah, that gold is pretty shiny, and I myself am a fingerprint magnet, or a fingerprint distributor magnet. What am I saying? I tend to leave a lot more fingerprints than the average person, so if I'm going to get the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I'm probably going to get a case with it, obviously, but at the same time, the shininess of this phone, especially the gold one, it's a bit much for me, personally. I mean, if you like flashy stuff and you're okay with wiping off your fingerprints every couple of minutes, then go for it, dude. The camera. The camera was one of the biggest selling points of the 12 Pro Max. They talked a lot about the bigger chip and the night mode sensor. So basically it lets in more light. It allows for better photography in the nighttime because the bigger sensor you have, the more lights you're going to be able to let in, and therefore it'll look better, more crisp, it'll look more clarified, more texturized overall. So will that camera sensor really matter, and will you want to spend over $1,000 for this phone just for that reason?
The camera in the 12 Pro Max, I'm just going to go ahead and say, is not the biggest reason for you to upgrade to it.
Wow, so that says a lot. And MKBHD, I'm pretty sure he films in 8K and downscales to 4K. This means that MKBHD really knows what he's talking about when it comes to camera quality. And for him to say that this camera, or this extra quality of a sensor and the night mode sensor as well, it doesn't really matter for a camera. That kind of tells me maybe I should not spend this money. Maybe I should just get the 12 or the Mini, which might end up being the 12 because the Mini might just be too small for me, in my opinion. But who knows, I haven't held it in my hands yet, so I guess we'll see. If you're a filmmaker, I am a filmmaker. Will I take this on shoots with me? Will I take it like making a vlog or making like a kind of just documenting type of series? I might use it for a documentary. I will not use it for an actual movie unless I get extra lenses, but that's beside the point. If you are a filmmaker, will this actually benefit you? Probably, but most likely not. I don't know. So basically what my understanding is that better quality battery life, better quality sensor that doesn't really give you better quality of a sensor. More screen real estate if you watch films or TV shows or videos like I do on my phone a lot of the time. If you prefer that room when you're typing and sending texts and making documents or whatever you might do, I do a lot of that kind of stuff on my phone with just working my brand through networking. This might just mean that I get the iPhone 12. I don't know just yet if I want to spend $1,000. Do you want to spend $1,000 or would you rather spend, what was it, like just over $700 for the mini? The mini looks great and it might be great for you and, well, pretty much the average consumer. I hope you have enjoyed this video or have gotten some value out of it. I hope you have a good day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.